This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Opinion Leaders. This evening, we are in for a treat. It's actually a very interesting topic, especially now that the election season is finally coming in. We're going closer and closer to the May 9 polls. So I'd like to introduce my guest, Dr. Gerald S. Abergos. He is a sociologist, a body language and non-verbal communications coach. Sir, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. Thank you.
And then, sir, of course, our topic will be about non-verbal communications in Philippine, or rather, with regards to Philippine politics, actually. No? So siguro, before anything else, can you give us a background kung paano ka naging body language and non-verbal communications coach?
You know, when you're learning about people, social sciences, the first thing that you do is you try to see the reaction of people.
Okay.
For years, I have been interviewed in so many talk shows and radio shows, and they were asking me about why people reacted this way on a certain issue, on a certain person's comment. It shows that body language and nonverbal communication actually is a very big it has a very big impact on people. When people see a person talking on television or talking live, they sometimes do not hear the words that much. They sometimes do not understand the words that much. But the way people convey their message,
mas naiintindihan
nila. So with that, when I started to realize that, I actually had several researches on this. So sabi ko, it's body language talaga ang why people react to certain.
So sir, body language is the most sincere form, kumbaga, because you cannot hide or you cannot lie with your body language, parang ganon.
Well, if you're coached with body language, somehow you can hide it, but in times when the person is stressed, when the person is caught unaware, when the person is not on camera, there you will see if the person is sincere or not.
If the person is sincere or not, I see. So, doon mo makikita in the unguarded moments,
That's
kumbaga.
it.
I see.
The term is right, in the unguarded moments.
Okay, so yun ang theme natin ngayon. So you have to know and distinguish kung kailan ang mga unguarded moments ng mga tao. So sir, with regards to Philippine politics, I mean, syempre ngayon, maraming mga debates that are going on and through the papers, through reports, through TV, lahat-lahat. These are the only ways kasi that we can get to know our candidates. Wala na kasi iba because not all of us get to know them personally. So ang nakikita lang natin ay yun gusto nilang ipakita sa mga tao, tama?
Well, it's funny because in our age right now where information is everywhere. From Facebook, you get it. From
social
YouTube,
media,
you get it. Social media, from friends, you get it. However, it seems that still, if you watch them, dun mo lang malalaman if the person is really sincere or not.
Okay.
If you see them, dun malaman he is trying to say something good, but the way he said it, I'm dubious about it.
I see. Pero ikaw, sir, nakakatch mo yan kaagad?
It's because I've learned so much about that. Medyo meron nakikita na kita. Not unless
it's a nice talent, ha?
Not unless if the politicians is actually coached. Somehow medyo may nakakalusot. pero not every time. Not every time.
Not every time. Pero so, kumbaga, you really have to have a trained eye and a trained ear. Is it even dun sa pagbigkas niya ng mga words or yung timbre ng boses?
Yeah.
Lahat yan makikita natin. Ang alam ko before, sinasabi nila, if you're lying, whether you fiddle with your fingers or sa babae naman, it's touching the pendant of your necklace. Yung mga nervous,
Yes.
mga konting nervous tics, di ba? Na para bang that you can tell. But those are very obvious
Yeah,
eh.
people say yung not looking eye to eye, ay, he's lying, he can't look eye.
Pero is that true? Minsan talaga, like ako, I have ADHD. Sa totoo lang, since I was a kid. So, for me, I really have a tendency to, when I'm listening to the teacher, I'm doodling on my... I mean, I'm listening naman, but I need to do something. Yung para bang kasi restless ako na tao eh. Mga ibang tao sinasabi nila, ako hindi nakikinig.
That's one thing about body language. When you say it's a language, it's supposed to be a sentence. It's not just one word and then you know the sentence already. Body language means that it has to be a series of body movements, of non-verbal cues para makita mo if the person is really sincere or not, if the person is interested with you or not. So some people will say, when that person does not look eye to eye, he's lying. Pero hindi lang yun
Hindi lang yun.
There's something we call norming. That's the normal nung person. Like for you, when you told me na I have ADHD when I was younger, even when I was younger, I might be listening to you, but I can't look straight in the eye agad because, my mind is thinking of so many things.
That's why para bang I'm holding stuff, ganon, and then doing other things. Although nakikinig naman ako, but I have a hard time watching movies.
If I don't understand you, I might say na, well, I'm talking about something and this person is not really interested because I was only looking at that word, if you call it a language, you not looking straight in the eye. However, if I see some other verbal cues that you do, like if you're not looking at me in the eye, but you're touching something, but you're nodding your head, it means that, oh, he's interested.
May konting proseso na nangyayari.
Yes. Doon nagkakamali ang mga tao. They think that they know how to read body language. However, they're just reading just one part of it. It has to be a series of actions, of nonverbal cues.
So, sir, basically, Sir Gerald, kung tutuusin mo, if you learn how to read based on our few minutes conversation, kung talagang medyo marunong ka mag-decipher ng body language, it can actually help in many things. Yung para bang in business partners, in dealings with money, even in relationships. Because doon mo palagi nilang sinasabi, how do you know if this person is the right one?
Right.
Okay, maybe you don't know if he or she is the right one, but then at least malalaman mo if they're the wrong one.
Yeah.
Di ba?
That's a very good point. That is a very good point. You made me think about that. That's a very good point.
Kasi naman, the right one is hard to say. It's a
process.
combination of many
Yes.
things. Pero the wrong one will stand out like a sore thumb.
Somehow in an instant, if you can see the cues, then that would be it.
Okay. So, sir, going back to it's very interesting. It looks like you've had a lot of fun with what you've been doing. And how did you, kung baga when you say body language and non-verbal communications, di ba, we talked about yun nga, yung mga certain other processes. But how, is it an instant thing? Like, can you basically make an opinion based on a few minutes of makikita mo lang kung paano gumalaw yung tao, kung paano magsalita, yun na yun, or medyo it takes also a little while?
Sometimes when people say that they know how to read nonverbal cues, it's at instant. It's at instant. First of all, you have to know the person even before that. Kailangan you know the norm. Yung norming, tinatawag, the normal of the person. Actually, I watched some of your episodes already in YouTube, and somehow I saw the normal you. So when we're talking here together, I know right now that this is your normal self. That is really the sincere you. Before you talk to somebody, as much as possible, you get to know them first.
Yes.
Do your assignment. If you have to meet...
Parang background check, kung baga.
If you really would like to know the person, with also the help of nonverbal communication, first of all, you have to get to know the person so that you can see the norming. But for some instances, you just met the person. There's a certain way, there are certain ways that you can see the normal side of the person. First of all, before you go into the actual topic, you should ask some questions.
Okay.
Some questions na they would answer yes or no, that you know they would answer sincerely, you know that they would disagree with what you are saying, so that you can see the normal them. Like for example, a question have you been to Mount Pinatubo before?
No,
See,
I haven't.
you haven't. The way you said no, I haven't. That's your normal no. That's your normal disagreement. Doon mo makikita na when the person, meron ka na kagad na prior knowledge of the person. And when you say, you ask certain questions like, what coffee flavor do you like? There's so many coffee brands, and ano ba yung gusto mong coffee?
Vanilla coffee.
Vanilla.
I mean, coffee with a little bit of vanilla syrup.
see the way he smiled and looked at me. That's actually
Iced, ha? Not hot.
Iced. Hindi pa pala tapos. Okay. The way he looked at me, merong balik ng he was trying to think. You were trying to think. You were trying to get happy thoughts and memories. Then yung mga konting cues na yon, while I started talking about that, I should be able to retain that sa akin. Okay. Now, if we start to
converse, tapos bigla nang sinabi ko, I hate vanilla or chocolate, ganun, doon mo malalaman na nagsinungaling ako because prior to earlier declaration.
That's it. Para meron kang prior knowledge about the person. Again, as I mentioned earlier, non-verbal communication, marami kasi yan. First of all, I would like to talk about what's body language, what's non-verbal communication.
Because, di ba, that also goes hand in hand with, siguro, na rin, if I'd like to add, there's some people na unang pagkakilala mo lang sa kanila, sinasabi nila, magaang ang loob ko sa'yo.
Yes.
Or, there's something about you that I just like.
Yes.
And then, some people naman, wala nga silang ginagawa sa'yo, pero hindi mo lang talaga sila gusto, di ba? There's just something, does that have something to do with this?
Oh my, that's really true. And that's funny, right? Merong mga tao na pagpasok pa lang, wow. Hindi ka naman kinausap, hindi naman maganda or gwapo, pero pagpasok pa lang, there's this X factor that you don't understand, but very appealing, very pleasing yung person. Meron naman tao na pagpasok pa lang,
Asungot.
kahit walang ginagawa sa'yo, you don't actually like the person, and you don't know why. Yun tinatawag natin, somehow they say, the X factor.
Yeah.
There are many things that you can improve yourself on so that you could have that X factor.
Okay.
Maybe we could start with that.
Okay. Sige,
Body
sir.
language and
Pero
nonverbal
because we
communication.
have to go on a short gap, we're going to go talk about the characteristics. Kasi at least in our first gap, na pag-usapan natin yung overview
And
of
the
what you're
need-
looking for.
The
Yung-
need to learn about it.
Yes, the need to learn about it, and the need to equip yourself, because you need to protect yourself against people who are not here to do you good. So at least pag-usapan natin yan. When we come back from our short break, we will be talking about the characteristics of body language and nonverbal communication. So don't go away. Opinion Leaders will be right back.